Hey guys, welcome back to Zindy.com. This is video 2 in our Etsy workshop series. Okay, so this video, I just want to kind of give you some things to be on the lookout and be prepared for to answer some of the questions that Etsy's going to ask you whenever you open your Etsy shop, which will be in the next video. Woohoo! Okay, so first things first, I highly recommend having a dedicated email address that you make specifically for the Etsy shop you're going to open. Okay, there's two big reasons for this. The first one is you are going to be extremely nervous in the beginning, and you're going to be scared you're going to miss a customer conversation, a review, you're going to be scared that you're going to miss an order to ship out. So it's just kind of nerve-wracking in the beginning. So a dedicated email address where nothing can get lost is really nice in that respect. In addition to that, once you become really good at Etsy and you decide, hey, I want to open a second Etsy shop, it's really nice to have the two separated because you're going to need a different email address for the second shop either way. So it's best to just start out in the beginning with a dedicated email address, especially for that shop, and then you can go from there. Okay, so that's the first thing. Just make your email address specifically for that shop. Okay, second thing is a referral link. You do not want to start an Etsy shop without a referral link if you can help it, because it just saves you money. So what a referral link is a special link that any Etsy shop seller can give you. And basically it just gives you 40 free listings to start out. It saves you $8. Not only does it give you 40 free listings, but it gives whoever referred you also 40 free listings. So it's just a nice way when you're starting your Etsy shop, you know you can put 40 listings up there and not have to pay a dime, worry about anything. It's like having it basically is having 40 free listings to kind of test the waters. Okay, so it saves you $8 and it saves whoever gave you the listing also $8. So any friend you have that has an Etsy shop, family member, whoever, they can give you a referral link. If you don't have anyone to ask for a referral link, you are welcome to use ours below. I put our Zindy one down below in the comments. You just copy that, paste it in the window, and it'll give you that 40 free listings. Okay, so and then this is the big one that a lot of people have questions about. Okay, so full disclaimer, I am not a licensed accountant, I am not a licensed lawyer, nothing like that. This is just giving you some general information so you have an idea of what you're looking for and hopefully understand a little bit the right questions to ask, okay? So every state is different, okay? So as far as business licenses, all of that. Etsy itself does not require a business license. They don't have any specific requirements to sell on Etsy, but your state or your county or your local, your municipality might. So you need to check with your local government, your state, to find out what requirements are needed of you to sell on Etsy. Or to sell in general, okay, to operate a business. Okay, so there's two things. There's your business registration and then your sales tax, which a lot of times you'll see taxpayer ID. That has to do with sales tax. Business registration has to do with LLCs, corporations, if you're a sole proprietor. And this will determine if you need an EIN also, your business registration, okay? So most Etsy sellers tend to go sole proprietor. In most states, there's nothing special you need to do to be a sole proprietor in your state except for something called a DBA, which is a doing business as. So like if my name is Nicole Smith and I'm not selling as Nicole Smith, if I'm selling as, you know, the Western Lantern, then I need to do a doing business as the Western Lantern with my state. But again, you need to check with your state specifically and see what you need to do in your situation, okay? So sole proprietor is what most people do on Etsy, and then there's not really much special you need to do in most states for that, except maybe the DBA, which you can find out from your Secretary of State what you need to do with that. Okay, so in addition to that, when you're a sole proprietor, you typically do not need a special EIN, okay? A EIN is an employer identification number. You get that straight from the federal government. It's completely free. is basically a social security number. It's like a social security number for your business. Okay, so LLC and C Corp and all will need an EIN. Sole proprietors typically use their social security number as their EIN. But again, you need to do your own research, make sure and what you're doing and what you need, okay? So EIN, DBA, okay? So sole proprietor is most popular, usually nothing special you need to do besides a DBA with your state, okay? So that's your business registration. And again, Etsy doesn't require any of this. This is all to do with your state and local, okay? Now, next thing, sales tax, okay? Sales tax is every time you sell something, if you're charging, to be able to charge sales tax to your customers. Okay, sales tax on Etsy. Etsy is a marketplace facilitator. Okay, so what that means is they actually collect and remit sales tax on your behalf for many states. Okay, so in the comments below, I'm going to have a link to all the states that Etsy does that for. Okay, so all of this information can be found on the Etsy website. So these are all the states that Etsy is going to automatically charge your customer sales tax, collect it, and then remit it on your behalf. Okay, so it's a long list. It makes it very easy as far as sales tax. Okay, now again, I'll put this link in the down below so that you have that at your disposal. All right, now in addition to that, any questions you have, two good resources: the Secretary of State website for your state, or local small business development centers in your area. Those are two very, very good resources to answer any questions you have, okay? Now, this stuff, you know, number 3, state requirements and all that, this doesn't stop you from going ahead and opening your Etsy shop and getting it ready. You just don't want to start selling until you figure out everything you need for your specific situation. So you don't have to actually stop to open your site, open your Etsy shop or anything. This is just some stuff that you need to figure out. Your business registration, do you need an EIN? Do you need to do a DBA? And then sales tax, is there anything special you need to do for your area? Okay? And a good thing to do is to look at that list of the states, and that'll help you a lot. Okay? So hopefully that answers some of the questions that you're going to have to get started. This has nothing to do, this is no information about how you pay taxes at the end of the year. How you pay taxes in the end of the year is going to be very much dependent on how you're registered as a business. And basically at the end of the year, Etsy will only give you a 1099, which is basically a form that says what you earned on Etsy, is if you make over $20,000 in Etsy payments or 200 plus sales in Etsy payments. But basically at the end of the year, you will just see what you made on Etsy and you will report it as needed on your tax return. You'll just give that to your CPA or whoever does your taxes, and they'll take care of that. The 1099 form information, if you'll receive one or not on Etsy, I'll put this link down below also to give you any information on that. Okay? All right, guys, not to overwhelm you or anything, but that should answer a bunch of questions. It's really not that complicated. I know it seems like a lot at first, but it really isn't. You just want to make your email, you want to get a referral link, and then you want to see what you need to do at your state. And like I said, if you do sole proprietor, there's not going to be much you need to do, but you got to see if that's the right move for you. And then sales tax, a lot of that is done for you, but you also need to check with your state and make sure there's nothing special that you need to do. Okay, let's move on to the next step.